Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo! Hey there, Star Trek Fleet Command fans. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to patch 23 of Star Trek Fleet Command. And I want to start with the bug fixes. Normally, we don't do that. Normally, we're going straight into content. But you know what? Bug fixes in terms of being transparent. See that little switch? Anyway, with being transparent and them telling us everything that they're doing, I think that means that we need to take a moment and actually go through them. If they're actually showing us all this now, we should talk about it. So the very top is going to be, in my opinion, the most important ones, but fix an issue with the operations module, mixing, blah, blah. Double tapping on the menu while viewing missions. That's helpful. There's a lot of quality of life here. An issue with the ship has been deleted. Mission logs disappearing when the commander does not claim the reward. That obviously is very important. We don't need that disappearing. We need that to stay right there. All right, issue with grayed out attack scan button. That was a big problem for a lot of people with a desync. For me, where you would be trying to shoot somebody and you couldn't, and that was really annoying. Job panel contributing an iOS Alliance error. It's good to see the iOS issues getting kind of focused on. The Discovery entering a normal warping state unexpectedly. Yeah, that was annoying. And then the you have been attacked notification being received unexpectedly when ship on a mining node is attacked by revenge hostiles. The notifications in general. Update. Thank you. Fix these things. And then issue with 4-star, which we're not worried about. Issue with captain's maneuvers and structures on Goon and Row Mud being displayed in green instead of gray. That's a quality of it. Wasn't a big deal to me, but I mean, cool. Grammatical issue with Saru's dialogue, spelling with mycelium being different. I mean, like I said, the Saru's captain's maneuver triggering only once at the beginning of the battle, even the ship is not hit by any critical hits from a commander. That getting worked on and fixed. So lots of bug fixes, and that's good. Now let's get into the actual nitty-gritty meat of the game. The two things in particular are going to be researches and then new officers. 3 new officers in the game. One of them, which, when gotten, is going to make the Augur amazing. I know it's a little premature because I don't actually have the officer yet, but I'm telling you by reading what it says, this officer's going to be freaking dope. Also, real quick shout out to Elcars who providing all the images you'll be seeing for different research levels. So if you go into your galaxy tree, which is right here, or right this, that thing, bam. Go to your galaxy tree. You'll find new researches down the path for your USS Discovery, which we told you, USS Discovery is going to continue being an important thing. The Arc's not done, so keep using it. So now you've got a cultivated mycelium jump efficiency right here. You'll want to be using that for this thing we'll talk about in a second. And then a USS Discovery speed boost. They are really trying to make this thing into an interceptor as much as possible without it being an interceptor. Anyway, there's a plan. So you see that you're going to need your spore drive components to research this, as well as combos. I will say, of the big researches, because here's the Discovery warp range, which is big. A positive I will throw to Scopely is it does not require uncommons for those researches I just showed you. You will need 694, I think, uncommon research to unlock the Discovery summoning ability, and you will as well need to be level 30. Ops 30 and above to unlock this. Sorry all you small level people, but oh well. And then you'll get to the warp range boost, which starts at level 31. Ops 31, you can see the range that you get here, which is pretty big, but you got to remember that this is level locked. For example, at level 38, I can only get to number 4, which is for Ops 37, and we'll have all the ranges posted up here on the screen for your convenience. I do like this and don't. I mean, the jumping starting at 30 and then having to be 31 to warp. If you remember, a lot of the advice I give in the game is stopping on an odd number. So if you want to go to 30, go ahead and go to 31 because you unlock more research and odds and it doesn't change the bracket. So you're still playing 30 and 31 bracket. But anyway, that's kind of meh. But if you keep on going up, you'll be at 39. You'll be reaching deep space, dark space with your Discovery, which could be a very important feature, especially for a lot of the whales that complain they have to like transport ships all the time and warp down. Well, now the bigger players that are trying to live out in deep space and mine aren't going to have that be an issue, at least as much as before, because of the Discovery warp range increase and the jump ability, the summoning ability, which also means that the Discovery can go places that normal miners can and then summon them there, which is pretty cool. At least we think that's how it works. We'll talk about the summoning thing in a little bit. And then, of course, these are the 4. But let's get over to my favorite part of the update. the absolute favorite part. We'll go into the news section first. We're going to look at it, but right. See, we got the Discovery, which cool, new ability, like that, but summoning. It's the new officers. Philippa Georgiou, the epic card that just came out. At the beginning of each round, while the enemy is burning, reduces the enemy's officer attack by X amount. I've told you before how important that X amount is for attack. Attack is an extremely important thing to bottom load on your ship, but more importantly, deceptive warfare. At the beginning of each round, Georgiou has a percentage chance to cause burning for 2 rounds. This is essentially, potentially, what we've been wanting Nero to be for forever. I'm going to hold down on the hype until I get a... I can't help it. I'm hyping it. And then a rare Stamets and Tilly is here. And there's also a battle pass, obviously, and there's new avatars and frames, which I don't really care about, but it'll show you at the very end of this. Let's hit into the officers tree and sort by group. You're going to have some more synergy here. We love synergy. It's so nice to have synergy. Scrolly. All right, so here you go. We've got them right there. Here's Georgiou. Starting off, 50% chance at level 1. So at the beginning of each round, if it lasts 2 rounds, you've got to, it's essentially working how Kirk does. You've got a very, very good chance. Very good chance. I'm excited about that. Ooh, the Augur's going to love some Philippa Georgiou. Ooh, the Augur's going to love some Philippa Georgiou. Here's Stamets, who looks very, very creepy here in his mycelium state. See, if you haven't watched Discovery, you wouldn't catch that. But yeah, that's when he's... Anyway, that's why he's got all the things around him. He's actually in the thing doing the stuff. Network Navigator increases the cost efficiency of jumping and summoning by 20%. This could actually be useful if you're using the Discovery simply to transport ships, which could actually be a pretty handy mechanic in the game. So as silly as that might sound, it is kind of useful. Pairing him up with this and then say, you a max Scotty for travel range, and you've actually got a pretty nice combo for doing some transporting and not having to move your ship. Also think about doing base raids. Being able to transport those ships immediately to the raid and then let them fly back and then immediately to the raid and let them fly back. I mean, if you got the mycelium to do it, that is. Helps on some of those ranged raids. And then finally, when defending against a player, Stamets increases decreases the opponent's armor piercing by 40%. Once again, this could be very potential to helping out your Augur. Potentially, yeah. I don't know if it's going to be as good as some of the other cards that are out there. For example, using Marcus with that massive shield piercing bonus for the Augur, but anything that can help protect it could be important. Then finally, we got Tilly here, the Queen, the Empress herself. Well, not the Empress, but good enough. Hold your horses. Every time the ship is hit by an opponent's weapon attack, a 30% chance to decrease the opponent's attack by 50%. And this is a cumulative bonus, which actually sounds pretty cool. Decreasing attack may result in a decrease in damage. Yeah, maybe. And then the power of math. At the start of the combat, when the defending from a player attack, Tilly decreases the opponent's shield health by 10% of its starting shield health. That's only one time, though. One time. So it's kind of like an opposite Yuki, but not as good as Yuki. But anyway, those are the 3 officers. And let's real quick run that video about watching or doing the Spore Jump Discovery Summoning ability. Ooh. Okay, so real quick, I want to talk about the Discovery and the summoning ability that is now in the research tree with an example of how to use it. Because I haven't unlocked it yet, we're going to use this handy dandy, whichever way, handy dandy video that Panic recorded and talk about it real quick and kind of slow it down. But as you can see, you can get the Discovery summoning ability, which is going to allow you to use mycelium to summon any ship that you have in your dock to the current location of the Discovery. Now, obviously, the Discovery has got to be sitting somewhere. If you're not, I mean, you can't just have it like warping through space or move. It has to be static, and then you can choose to summon a ship or group of ships to that location using mycelium at 2,000 a pop. Little bit, but 2,000 a pop. So the amount of mycelium you have is going to become more and more important if you're using this feature. Now, I will say that the distances you can go with the Discovery is currently warp locked. That's another research that we've discussed here in the video. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. I know that for me, at level 37, I can only get to level 4, tier 4 of that research. But to use it, you're simply going to have the Discovery once you've unlocked it in a system, and then you will have a little icon you see at the top left right there, or sorry, top right of the little box, and you click on that, and then you can use your warp to button for all the different ships that you want to bring to the Discovery. So simple as that. All right, so real quick, if you'll go into your avatar screen, you'll be able to see some of the avatars you have not unlocked, like the Federation Distinguished Service Award avatar. Then you'll be able to unlock through a special event, which is going to be for whales. So you'll see some whales flying around with this one. You'll get this one hopefully through special events as well. We'll see if you'll earn it, or maybe it'll be an auction type item. But you also have, I think that there's a couple of good ones. I'm not going to complain too much. You got Tilly, which should be easy for everybody to get. And Tilly's pretty cool. I mean, shout out Gingers. Repping the love. I like it. And then we got new frames, which includes this one, the Red Alert frame. I kind of like, but kind of don't at the same time. You're going to have the gold Discovery emblem frame, and then we've got the lower decks frame, which if you haven't watched that yet, check it out. It's actually pretty darn cool. So those are some of the big highlight points of the patch coming in, and where to find those things and how to use them in game. If you like the video, don't worry. More stuff like this is coming to you when we have some of the new events launch, including we'll go over the Battle Pass. We'll go over this new Klingon. We'll get to see hopefully the... I've already told DJ this, man. If they don't give me that Negvar, which is technically the sarcophagus ship from Discovery that we should be seeing, the graphics are all there anyway, I'll be very mad. Give me my sarcophagus ship. Anyway, live long and prosper. Stay safe with their Space Cowboys. We'll catch you on the next episode of Star Trek Fleet Command. Should be fun.
Avec Olico, etuce malo, Taoa esto pade ari, Yabosha, Yabosha, Yabosha.